Now that we have your sculpture all dry and it's ready to be painted, we're going to start adding the details. Now I've already started adding some of my details. Remember that the Oaxacans add their details with geometric patterns of lines and shapes. So it's all about patterns and it's all about little details. So I've started adding these patterns on the legs, and I'll show you how I do it with this leg here that I haven't done yet. The thing about the legs that you have to remember is getting your pin in there is going to be a little tricky, but this is a three-dimensional object, so we have to work at it from all three sides. So turn your animal as you go around the animal. And now I can see this and I can see this, so I'm going to start on one end and aim for the next so that it lines up. Okay? So I keep turning it. Okay, so I started off like that, then I added diagonal lines, okay, so then that pattern's done, and then I added dots around each one of these. And I would say that for each thing that's the same, you need to do the same kind of pattern. So if you have 2 wings, the wings have to be the same. If you have 4 legs, all 4 legs need to be the same. That sort of thing. If you have 6 legs, all 6 legs need to be the same. That's going to give it some unity, which is one of our art principles. And then I add these dashed diagonal lines around. Now right there, my animal's starting to crack. That's okay, we can just glue that together. But you need to be careful with your animal as you're turning it around to support it so that it doesn't crack like that. If it starts to crack like that, what we'll do is we'll add some glue, and we'll just glue it together at the end of the day, and it should glue just fine. Just be careful with it for the rest of the time. Alright, so then I'm going to do the body, and I think for the body I'm going to do a great big zigzag line down the back. I'm going to do that as a pattern. And because this is a three-dimensional object, we do have to flip it over and do it underneath as well. For the mane, I'm going to do a wavy line. For the tail, I'm just going to do a line of dots. Remember to support it with your hands so it doesn't start to crack. And you can leave the face blank if you want to, or you can add a pattern to it. If you need to add glue, you can add glue at this point, and then we will paint it next week. If you're adding glue, what you're going to do is you're going to kind of open the crack up just a little bit. And remember, if the glue doesn't come out, it's because you need to screw it back down, pick its nose, get rid of the booger, the little glue booger, and then the glue will come out. Then you need to take your finger, you need to actually push that glue into that crack. And then you push the skin, or you push the whole sculpture together so that that glue will glue on. And then just leave the sculpture to dry overnight. I need to add a little bit more glue there. Just like that.